Hello everyone, and people are a little bit angry. And why are they a little bit angry? Well, it may perhaps have something to do with loot boxes, which, let's be honest, are a passionate subject for many a player, whether positive or negative. But I think this time around, Blizzard pushed people a little bit too far. And I think for the first time in a major way, event fatigue has really set in a huge kind of scenario, because, well, there's not a lot of happiness going on. People are marching in the streets hungry for cosmetic drops, and they are hungry for all of the new emotes.
Loot boxes! We demand loot boxes!
In fact, if you were to buy every single cosmetic from this event, it would cost you 56,000. That's 20,000 more than practically every single other one. In fact, the last one, Uprising, was 36,000. Now, obviously, that's due to one main culprit, the dance emote, 750 apiece, one for each hero. And I think that really is the core of where things are going wrong here, but more on it later. I mean, don't get me wrong, people are loving the new stuff, the new maps, the event in general, the theme, the happy let's celebrate, but the issue this time around is that not only mere 2 weeks after the previous event are we back on the buy it or grind, you fool, which would be a very different thing for Gandalf to say there, but we now have loads more to earn because everybody got a dance emote. This hasn't happened before. Every single character now has a cosmetic from this event that I feel fairly confident in saying most people will want. I know personally I am going to be genuinely like, oh, if I end this event without every character's dance. And that puts me and many others in a difficult position. I either play constantly, farm as many boxes as I can, which is, you know, exhausting, and you don't want to be forced to play for a box at the end instead of just because of your enjoyment of the game. But even worse than that, if you feel yourself compelled to play over and over, it stops being fun and starts becoming work, and then you get burnt out, and then it ironically puts you off the game, which really, let's be honest, isn't Blizzard's goal here. Or you buy a load of boxes and spend a load of money, which again isn't exactly the most feasible thing to do. So people are like, well, this sucks. Both options to me are terrible. And yes, you can quite easily say, I mean, you don't need the cosmetics, you don't need the dances, it's not the end of the world. But really, that's not the point, is it? Like, they are awesome, you naturally want them. You can't, as humans, rationalize that away with the pure technical logic of I don't need them, because you want them, and you can't help that. There's nothing wrong with that. They're cool, and you want to be able to dance around and desecrate your opponent's corpse. And I'm totally for corpse desecration. So we need a solution, and the thing is, Blizzard have acknowledged that this is a problem. They posted on the forums that yes, we have heard the outcry, we're aware of it, we're thinking of solutions, we've got nothing for you yet, which, depending on how cynical you are, ranges from, oh cool, they're really working on it, to, yeah, they're basically just telling us we're thinking about it, fuck off. But in either way, we can at least all agree it's nice that they've at least said something. But to me, the solution seems fairly simple, right? And I'm not gonna blow anyone's mind with this, but like I said in a previous video, why not have anniversary skins? It's probably gonna happen once a year, shockingly. Instead of how I initially suggested it might happen, replace the base skins, why don't the sleuth of anniversary cosmetics just permanently slide into the default box and just add to the year-round pool? That way, every anniversary, they can add a new thing for every character, and then you just have forever to slowly unlock them. And then it's really cool and happy because, yeah, anniversary, new stuff to earn all year. That's fantastic. That's just going to be a bonus. Every time I get a box, I might get something new instead of, yay, here's another box of cosmetics that I already had all of 6 months ago. Woo. And this way, it feels more like a celebration, you know, adding to what's already there instead of just another limited time, give us your time or give us your money, which it's easy to think of it as if you're going to be highly cynical. And I think, really, wouldn't that just make everyone happy if they announced, you know what, guys, the dances are staying. They are going to become part of the default set of cosmetics. You can earn them permanently from now until the end of time, and next anniversary will add another set of cool things to the base set of cosmetics, and you can earn them permanently till the end of time. I mean, doesn't that just make everyone happy? It builds good faith. We're like, that's cool of them to do. I don't feel pressured anymore. I don't feel event fatigue. I don't feel this conflicting need to either choose between one of 3 bad options. Spend money, don't want. Grind till I burn out, don't want. Not have the dances that other people have and therefore I feel bad as a human and that's how humans work. I don't want. So this way, it literally makes everyone happy. Because instead of forcing a spike in money expenditure and player activity just 2 weeks after the previous one, you can just generally raise it for the next few months up to like probably even 6, 7 until people really have all of the dances that they want, and then we get ourselves into a win-win-win situation. And I don't understand why that's not been the case. It really baffled me when I found out that the anniversary loot boxes were a limited time thing. It really did, and I can't think of any good reason, unless they have run the numbers and said that people are paying this much on boxes per event, we're getting this much negative feedback, on balance we're going to make a profit and not have too much angriness set against us if we just do another event, and their calculations were wrong this time, because companies do that all the time. They weigh the pros and cons of any action based on previous public reaction and previous money earned on an event and time spent played and loads of statistics and metrics they have access to, and they work out the best way to maximize player retention and profit while minimizing player outcry. And I think they were like, well, it'll be fine again this time around, not expecting this to be the proverbial straw that broke the camel's back. So there's no real like bombs to drop in this video in terms of, oh wow, Rage, yeah, you should be on the Overwatch team, which I love that people keep saying that. Like, come on, I just come up with ideas, like, Jesus Christ. But it just seems very simple to me that you put the dances, maybe not the skins if you're going to be really mean, but at least the dances, which is the main source of discord. You put the dances in the base loot box, let people earn them all year round. The anniversary event suddenly changes into a happy, proper celebration thing in terms of the cosmetic that's just good for everyone. And I think that would be fantastic. All of the anger would dissipate overnight if they made that announcement. And really, what's stopping them? Do they really need 5-10% extra money spent on loot boxes this time around? I mean, yes, it's a simple, almost naive way to look at a business. You've got to keep people happy that aren't just yourself. I'm sure if it was just up to specifically Blizzard, they probably would, but there's people pulling strings and a whole complicated mess of business. But inherently, somebody needs to talk sense into someone and just, you know what, give the players this one. Because I think after this year of being such a dedicated and varied supporting fan base of this game, that's the way that you make us actually celebrate an anniversary. So yeah, my name has been Rage. Like you've enjoyed this, subscribe for more, and I'll see you next time. Oh, goodbye.